Okay, good. Ruby, so now you can see my face and you can see me read the book. I'm going to be leaning over because I'm going to be looking at the book, of course.
Okay.
Ruby finds a worry. Ruby loved being Ruby. She loved to swing up high. And she loved to explore wild, faraway places. Sometimes she even went all the way to the very bottom of the garden. Ruby was perfectly happy until one day she discovered a worry. It wasn't a very big worry. In fact, it was so small that at first Ruby hardly noticed it. But then the worry started to grow. Each day it got a little bigger. Just wouldn't leave her alone. It was there at breakfast, staring at her over the cereal box. It was still there at night when she brushed her teeth. The funny thing was that no one else could see Ruby's worry, not even her teacher. So Ruby pretended like she couldn't see it either. She tried to carry on as if everything was normal, but it just wasn't. The worry was always there, stopping her from doing the things that she loved. Ruby wondered if the worry would ever go away. What if it didn't? What if it stayed with her forever? Ruby didn't realize it, but she was doing the worst thing you could ever do with a worry. She was worrying about it. Now the worry was enormous. It could barely fit in the kitchen at dinner time. It filled up half the school bus. And it took up whole rows at the movie theater. The worry became the only thing that Ruby could think about. It seemed like she would never feel happy again. Then one day, something unexpected happened. Ruby noticed a boy sitting alone at the park. He looked how she felt, sad. And then she noticed something else, something hovering next to him. Could it be a worry? Does he have a worry too? It was. Ruby realized that she wasn't the only person with a worry after all. Other people had them too. She asked the boy what was on his mind, and as he told her, the strangest thing happened. His worry began to shrink. Then Ruby did the best thing you could ever do if you ever have a worry. She talked about it. As the words tumbled out, Ruby's worry began to shrink until it was barely there at all. Soon, both of their worries were gone. Finally, Ruby felt like herself again. Of course, that wasn't the last time that she ever got a worry. Everyone gets them from time to time, but now that she knew how to get rid of them, they never hung around for long. So that was our story, how Ruby got rid of her worry. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So I know, children, during this time of COVID-19, life can be so hard and so confusing, and I bet you guys have worries all the time, and that's okay. But a good way that we can get rid of our worries is to find an adult that you feel comfortable with and talk with them. And then you will notice that your worry might start to shrink after you talk it out with somebody. So thanks, guys, for staying tuned with me.
Oh man, I really enjoyed that story. So thank you for sharing that with us. And I just loved how cute the worry was with the unibrow.
Yeah.
So Sarah shared with us a very small snippet of one of Propel Productions Center's programs, Mind Body Ready, which will be debuting for kindergarten readiness programs. So in preschools or daycares for 4 and 5-year-olds in January 2021. So if you want to see what's going on, visit our website, propelproductioncenter.org, and look at Mind Body Ready. And so, yeah. Okay. So we talked about aromatherapy as a stress relieving technique. We've talked about storytelling and bibliotherapy as a stress relieving, anxiety relieving technique. We are going to talk about one more technique, and I am going to share my screen. Well, my other screen. 1 second. Okay, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm outside for 2 reasons. 1, because I really did need the fresh air, but 2, because I wanted to introduce to you guys gardening as a stress relieving technique. Because, like I said earlier, our minds and our bodies are connected, and it's really good to engage in activities that involve both the body and the mind when we're doing mental health and emotional health, just period. So gardening is grounding because we're playing in dirt, we're connecting in dirt, we're learning about nature, and nature already has healing properties. Latasha actually uses a type of nature too with aromatherapy and essential oils, but we're getting back connected with nature. So I might pop in and out of this screen, but my hands will be in this screen. So I have a bunch of different succulents, and full disclosure, I am not an expert professional gardener at all. Honestly, it is pretty miraculous that these plants have made it to this point, because as far as green thumbs, I don't have any. But what I do have is a love of learning and, you know, a heart of exploration and discovery. So if you're watching this and you have any tips on growing succulents, feel free to comment. So I'm just going to put that out there. But in the meantime, in between time, you know, for mental health and for the month of May and for Children's Mental Health Awareness Week, period, let's get started. All right. So I have in this pot like a lot of different types of soil and plant food. You guys cannot see it, but that is okay. What you will see is me scooping it into this pot, because I will be repotting some of these succulents who have outgrown their starter plots. Actually, when I first got this succulent, it was dying, and I actually got it for free because the garden kind of gave up on this plant. It was getting way too much water. It was drowning. So now it has grown, and it has more than just one bud. It has multiple buds. So put that off to the side. And I am going to get some of this dirt. Actually, just gonna go straight with my hands there. And You know what? We are going to push from the bottom to try to wiggle these plants out. Sarah, Latasha, you guys let me know if you all can see this.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I got them out. All of the different roots and seeds. Okay. So I'm actually very nervous to separate them right now. So I'm just gonna transfer them as a whole into this pot. Okay. And then I got this Miracle Grow exclusively for succulents.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And like I said, trying to be one with nature, you know, connect. I'm just gonna put my hand straight in the bag. Of course, I got majority dirt on my leg versus in the pot. But we're still going for it. And this is a great activity for beginners, intermediate, experts, parents, children, everyone really. When you need a break from all of those school packets or Zoom meetings, to take them outside. All right. So,
Lauren, did the positioning of your phone change?
oh, I don't know.
Your sound kind of went, it's like quieter.
Oh, how about now? Can you hear me?
It sounds like you're on a Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's not what you want.
Oh, that's better.
Okay, cool. So this is what it looks like now.
Nice.
Okay. And I'm gonna slide back over. So yes, gardening for relaxation. Now this is just one really small snippet to a program, Remix Rage, which will be debuting in the fall of 2020. And you can check it out on our website, propelproductioncenter.org. And that focuses on using a lot of mind-body expressive activities to relieve anger and stress. So whether you're into reading, whether you're into aromatherapy, whether you're into gardening, really anything that involves you taking a break from whatever it is that is causing any type of stress, any type of worry, any type of anxiety, taking a moment and stop focusing on things that are outside of your realm of control and focusing on something that you can control in that moment is going to be really beneficial for your mental health. So I hope you enjoyed our video. Sarah, Latasha, thank you so much for joining me virtually, as always. And thank you guys for joining us for the month of May for mental health. And of course, this week for Children's Mental Health Awareness Week. All right, you guys. See you.
Bye.
All right. And